Have you ever looked at your cat and had the strong feeling that they were trying to tell you something? Not just a meow for food, but a long stare, an unusual behavior, or the way they stay close to you more than usual. Cats don't speak our language, but that doesn't mean they aren't communicating. In fact, they often send deep and meaningful messages, sometimes warning us of danger, illness, or urgent needs. In this video, we'll explore 6 powerful signals your cat might be trying to send you, and why ignoring them could be a serious mistake. 1. Your cat can sense when something is off with you. Cats are often seen as self-sufficient animals that live alongside us rather than with us. But this common belief overlooks a powerful truth. Cats are deeply connected to their humans in ways that science is only beginning to understand. One of their most extraordinary traits is their ability to detect subtle changes in our physical and emotional well-being. This isn't just about intuition. Cats rely on incredibly sharp senses, particularly their sense of smell and their ability to observe body language. When you are sick, stressed, anxious, or depressed, your body undergoes biochemical and behavioral changes. Your scent, posture, breathing patterns, and energy all shift, often in ways that are imperceptible to other humans. But your cat, who shares your space and routine, may pick up on these shifts almost instantly. They might become quieter, stay closer, follow you around more often, or even refuse to leave your side. What seems like a small change in behavior could actually be your cat trying to respond to what you're feeling. If your cat is behaving differently and you're not sure why, take a moment to check in with yourself. How are you really feeling, physically and emotionally? You might be coming down with something or going through a period of stress, and your cat is noticing. Offer them space to be near you, and if they seek closeness, allow it. Many cats show empathy through subtle gestures, sitting beside you, making soft eye contact, or gently placing a paw on you. These behaviors are more than affection, they're a form of emotional support. It's okay if you haven't noticed this before. Many people underestimate just how observant and emotionally responsive their cats can be. But once you become aware of it, you'll start to see just how often your cat is quietly trying to take care of you in return. 2. Your cat can sense people they don't trust. Most of us tend to judge people by how they speak, behave, or present themselves. But cats operate differently. They don't care about social etiquette or polite words. Instead, they read a person's body language, scent, emotional energy, and presence. When someone enters your home and your cat becomes visibly tense, hiding under the bed, staring without blinking, hissing, or leaving the room, that may not be random behavior. Cats are naturally cautious, and they're especially good at identifying subtle signs of tension, discomfort, or dishonesty in humans. It's important to know that a cat reacting negatively to a person isn't always about aggression or fear. Sometimes it's a sign that they're uncomfortable with the energy that person brings into the room. It could be as simple as a strange cologne, or as deep as an emotional mismatch that your cat is instinctively avoiding. If your cat consistently reacts negatively to a particular person, take a mental note of it. This doesn't mean you should become suspicious or anxious, but it does mean that your cat might be picking up on something you've missed. Pay attention to patterns. Is your cat generally friendly but avoids this one guest every time they visit? Does their behavior shift when that person speaks or approaches? Your cat's reaction might be a subtle warning or a signal that something about the interaction feels wrong to them. Remember, cats are not always right, but they are incredibly observant. Listening to their reactions doesn't mean distrusting people. It simply means you're open to understanding your cat's unique way of navigating the world and possibly protecting you in the process. 3. Your cat might be trying to warn you about danger. Sometimes a cat will suddenly act strange, pacing the room, meowing persistently, leading you toward a certain area of the house, or showing signs of nervousness. For many pet owners, it's easy to chalk this up to a quirky moment or a random burst of energy. But cats have heightened senses that allow them to detect environmental threats long before humans can. They can smell gas leaks, sense smoke or electrical surges, and even react to structural vibrations or sounds we don't consciously perceive. What appears to be erratic behavior might actually be your cat's attempt to alert you to something important, something potentially dangerous. Take their behavior seriously, especially when it's out of the ordinary. If your cat suddenly insists on leading you to a certain room or won't settle down, follow them. Look around for potential issues. Check the stove, the windows, the electrical outlets, or anything that might be a hazard. There are true stories of cats alerting their owners to fires, medical emergencies, or carbon monoxide leaks, often just in time. Your cat doesn't have words, but they do have urgency, and that urgency can save lives. Of course, not every instance of odd behavior signals an emergency, but if something feels off, trust your instincts and your cat's. The cost of checking is minimal. The cost of ignoring a true warning could be far greater. Before we move on to the next point, take a moment to reflect. Has your cat ever acted strangely, only for you to realize later they might have been trying to tell you something important? Maybe they paced around, stared into space, or wouldn't leave your side, and at the time, you brushed it off. Share your experience in the comments. You never know. Your story could help someone else recognize the same signs in their own cat. 4. Your cat may be trying to tell you someone else needs help. Cats are often described as aloof, independent, or even uninterested in the world around them. But this stereotype is not only inaccurate, it also overlooks the incredible empathy and awareness cats are capable of. There are documented stories of cats alerting humans to babies left outside in the cold, injured animals, or even other people in distress. Unlike dogs, cats don't bark or fetch help in dramatic fashion. Instead, they rely on subtle but persistent behavior, meowing loudly at strangers, blocking paths, or repeatedly trying to lead someone to a specific spot. If a cat seems desperate to get your attention, especially outside of their usual behavior or environment, they might not be seeking food or affection for themselves. They might be trying to lead you to someone or something that needs help. If a cat, especially a stray or unfamiliar one, is unusually focused on getting your attention, meowing loudly, circling your legs, or walking away and coming back as if to say, "Follow me," pause and observe. If possible, follow them cautiously and see where they lead you. Many animals rely on instinct and observation rather than language to express concern, and your cat might be doing their best to guide you to someone in need. Not every situation will be as dramatic as a life-saving rescue, but being open to the possibility that your cat, or any animal, is trying to communicate something bigger is a sign of respect and compassion. They may be small, but their awareness can be extraordinary. 5. Your cat can sense weather changes before they happen. It might sound surprising, but cats have long been known for their sensitivity to the natural world. Long before humans developed weather prediction technology, sailors and farmers paid attention to how animals behaved, especially cats. That's because cats are highly sensitive to shifts in barometric pressure, humidity, static electricity, and vibrations in the environment. These changes often precede thunderstorms, earthquakes, or other natural events. When a cat begins to act restless, hides suddenly, or refuses to go outside, it may not just be moodiness, it may be instinct. If your cat becomes agitated before a storm, or even when the weather seems fine, take a moment to observe their behavior. Are they hiding under furniture, pacing, ears pinned back or tail puffed up? These can all be signs that they're picking up on environmental changes before you do. While it's good to check a weather app, your cat might be the most immediate and accurate alert system you have. You don't have to believe in anything mystical to appreciate your cat's sensitivity to nature. These responses are built into their biology. Paying attention to how they behave before a storm or big weather shift can teach you to trust their instincts and perhaps reconnect with your own. 6. Your cat sees and senses what you can't. One of the most mysterious and misunderstood behaviors in cats is when they suddenly stare into a corner, freeze in place, follow something invisible with their eyes, or even hiss at what appears to be thin air. While some may joke that cats are seeing ghosts, the more grounded explanation lies in their sensory superiority. Cats can detect ultraviolet light, something completely invisible to human eyes. They can also perceive the rapid flickering of certain light sources that appear stable to us and hear frequencies far beyond our range of perception. This means that what looks like nothing to us may, in fact, be a room full of signals, movement, and patterns to your cat. When your cat reacts to empty space, don't panic and don't dismiss it. They might be reacting to a reflection, a tiny bug, a sound vibration, or a sudden change in air pressure. Their bodies are finely tuned instruments, built for survival and sensory awareness. Rather than assuming something is wrong, allow yourself to appreciate the complexity of what they're experiencing. It's not spooky, it's just something we're not equipped to see or hear. You don't have to believe in the supernatural to be amazed by your cat's sensory abilities. Living with a cat means sharing your space with a creature that's constantly noticing things you don't. That awareness is part of what makes them so fascinating, and why their odd behavior often has a deeper explanation. Your cat might not speak your language, but they are constantly communicating. Whether it's through subtle gestures, urgent meows, or silent stares, they're observing, interpreting, and reacting to the world around you, and to you. By learning to notice and respect their signals, you open the door to a much deeper bond. You also give yourself the opportunity to benefit from one of the most intuitive companions you'll ever have. So next time your cat behaves strangely, don't ignore it. Don't laugh it off. Instead, pause, take a breath, and try to see the world through their eyes. You might be surprised by how much they're trying to share with you. If this message resonated with you, consider sharing your story in the comments. Subscribe to this channel for more insights into the silent language of cats, and don't forget to like the video if it helped you see your feline friend in a new light. Your cat may not use words, but they always have something to say. You just have to be willing to listen.